video is about the courage to love. And when I say the courage to love, I don't think it is what you're thinking. I don't know what you're thinking, but it's probably not what you're thinking. Willingness to do something that is good and virtuous, even when it is easier to just do nothing. That's what we mean by courage. This is very different from good versus evil, like choosing between what is good versus what is evil. For courage, we mostly mean choosing what is good versus nothing. Like doing the good versus doing nothing. Because frankly, most times, most things do not concern us. And the problem with this generation is that we lack courage. We are a generation of people that lack courage. We lack courage to shoot our shots. So we see somebody of the opposite sex, we can't just say hi. We can't just say, oh, I would like to take you out on a date. And I mean this for both girls and boys. We lack the courage to take risk. We lack the courage to do things that, is cringe. This virtue of courage, because we lack it so much, we are basically a weak generation, but we call ourselves woke. And we are in a generation of very people that don't have courage. We lack courage. We greatly lack courage in this generation. The courage to shoot our shots, the courage to ask the girl or the boy out, the courage to do the right thing, the courage to be cringe, the courage to put ourselves out there, to be seen, to be fully known, to be acknowledged, to be loved, the courage to love and to be loved. We do not have it. It's so ironic that I'm talking about this topic, courage, today. I'm afraid of cockroaches. I hate cockroaches to the core of my bones. But this morning when I woke up, I just knew that there was a cockroach in my bathroom. I just knew. I could hear it in my sleep. I can sense that shit. Anyway, I saw the cockroach when I wanted to have my bath. And then I was like, oops, and then I closed the door and I ran away. And then I just did not have my bath today, and I didn't brush my teeth today, and I just dressed up and put mint in my mouth and went for mass like that. Yes, you can judge me if you want, I don't care. And I've still not had my bath or brushed my teeth till now, but I sprayed insecticide on the cockroach, so it's still there. I haven't carried it out yet, because I usually have to get myself together and give myself some serious pep talk before. I'm sorry, the fear of cockroaches is one thing because that's a physical fear, and it's fine to have physical fears. It's fine to be scared of spiders, of cockroaches, of the ocean, whatever you're scared of, that's fine. But the fear, right, that stops us, that prevents us from reaching out for human connection is not normal. It's not okay, right? It's not fine. It's not good enough. The fear of feeling like you're doing too much, the fear of being embarrassed, right? The fear of even being offended by the other person, that is not okay, because in the Bible it says perfect love casts out fear, right? So what we want to achieve in this life is freedom, but not just freedom, not so I will not go to work, or we will not have to answer to a boss or pay any bills. That's not the freedom that we are talking about here. We're talking about the freedom to be able to love, so you can give love freely. So whatever inhibits you from loving freely is a problem. So sometimes it can be your trauma, oh, I have this trauma and I'm scared of opening up to people or be vulnerable in front of other people. That prevents you from loving freely. It can be your own insecurity, oh my god, I feel like I'm so ugly, and if I approach anybody they would be ew, and because of that you're not free to love. So whatever inhibits you from loving freely is quite literally your problem in life. That's your problem. I did bring a few suggestions to help you to have the courage to love. When I say love, I don't necessarily mean romantic love. I don't mean the courage to love romantically. I mean the courage to do anything that is good, that is noble. A lot lot of times the courage or the lack of courage to love or the cowardice towards love is in our own heads. We feel like, oh, what will people say? Like, I remember that I was in a relationship. I'm always in a relationship. I was in a relationship and the guy broke up with me, and it can be very embarrassing as a girl to admit that a guy broke up with you, right? And I remember like talking to him and telling him that, oh, this is not what I want, like I want us to work it out. And he was like, nah, he doesn't think it can work out. And it was like, I remember talking to somebody else, a friend of mine, and the person was like, didn't you feel icky like telling him that? Yeah, I did. Like, I really, and I feel icky still telling you now. But for me, it's what is, because I can freely give out my love, even though it is not reciprocated, even though it is going to be rejected. I can freely give out my love, and I think that is a place we want to come to. I'm not like fully free, because I still feel embarrassment when I say that story, when I think about the story, even when nobody else is there. But at least to an extent, I was able to do what I wanted to, what I needed to do in order to obtain love. That was an example of me being courageous to love. This is an example of me being cowardly to love. So there was a period of time when I was working an office job, and I went to the office. They were talking about, they just normally talk, and I'm the introvert of the office. I don't talk as much. And my classmates were just, my colleagues were talking about one girl on social media that said that the man she was dating just died, and they are both 21, and she doesn't know how to tell his parents that she's pregnant for his child, because according to her own parents will kill her. And I remember everybody in my office was just like, oh, just remove the thing now. Like, why is she crying on the internet? And for me, I looked up and I was like, huh? Like, it genuinely felt crazy to me that they would refer to a human baby as remove the thing. Like, that was so dehumanizing. And I mean, I'm pro-life, so I do not even believe that children should be discarded if they are not wanted, or if the means to take care of them is not there. Like, if you do not want children, don't have sex. But once the child is already conceived, the child is already a child and should be treated as such. But I didn't see any of that. I just looked back down at my laptop and continued typing, because I was scared that I would be seen as a spirit cuckoo. I was scared that they would be like, who is this Esther girl trying to be all holy? Yeah, so I said nothing, because I didn't have the courage to show love, not necessarily to my colleagues, but the love I would have been showing would have been to that unborn baby. The solidarity would have been to that unborn baby, because I'm supporting it, I'm speaking on its behalf, even when it is not there. But I didn't have the courage to do that. As I went home, I thought about that particular event. It really hurt me that I could not say anything. I kept on feeling guilty that I could not say anything. And so I have a few ways in which you can be courageous or have more courage to love if you don't already have it. These are some practical tips to help you be courageous. Number 1, pray for grace. So Our Lady is full of grace. So she is, the Bible describes her as full of grace. She's a dispenser of graces, and so she has the grace, she has the courage. Mary did lots of courageous things. In the wedding feast at Cana, she approached Jesus and told him, oh, that couple does not have wine. There are a million reasons why she should have done nothing and just minded her business. What if they now came to say, did we ask you? Like, you don't know people can do crazy things. You don't know what they would say. What if, what if Jesus said no and she was embarrassed? What if it did not work out the way she envisioned it in her head? That's exactly what prevents a lot of us from doing courageous things, because we feel like we will look somehow, we will be embarrassed. it will not work out the way we envisioned it. So we just do nothing. So what if Mary did nothing for that couple? Exactly. So Mary has the grace of courage. Ask her for the grace of courage too. She will give it to you. Number 2, go back to scripture. In the scripture, you see a lot of the Bible characters that lacked courage. In fact, most Bible characters lack courage. Look at Moses. Moses was like, oh God, I don't know how to talk. Please don't send me, send somebody else. And God is like, you're gonna go. You're gonna go. It's gonna be you. There was also Jeremiah. He was like, oh, I'm just a little boy. I can't go. And God is like, you're gonna go. I've put my words in your mouth. You're gonna go. And so if you can look at these Bible characters and just meditate on their lives, take inspiration from them, ask them for help, they will help you. Number 3, ask the saints for help as well. So outside of the Bible characters, there are saints that exhibited courage. Mother Teresa exhibited great courage to leave her people, leave her comfort zone, and go all the way to India. What if she was killed? What if she was raped? Like, do you know how unsafe it is for a woman to be on the streets of India, or like on the streets of anywhere, literally? She was already a reverend sister. She was comfortable in her convent. She was serving God already. She was doing well for herself. She literally had no reason to leave, but she did because she had the courage to love. Saint Bernadette was one of the saints that did the crazy, embarrassing things. Like, she was talking to Mary, but nobody else could see Mary, and it was looking like she was running mad. Mary told her to dig up a river, and she was digging it up, and everybody was like, okay, it's official. She's digging into the sand. She's actually mad. She didn't care. She didn't care what other people thought. She wasn't embarrassed. She did what she had to do because she had the courage to love. We have Joan of Arc. Joan of Arc was literally just a random girl like you and me. And she was like, I'm going to take France to victory. And she did. And they asked her how was she gonna do it. And she was like, I don't know. I don't have armors or swords or anything, but I'm just going to lead the men into battle, and I'm gonna let the Lord do the rest, because she had the courage to love. She had love for her nation. Number 4, make courage a habit. The more comfortable we are doing nothing, the more likely we are to do nothing. And the more we put ourselves out there and do uncomfortable things and do embarrassing things, the more likely we are to build that virtue of courage. Someone like me now, I go for mass, I pray my rosary, I do the good things, but like I could be passing like all these beggars on the road and couldn't be bothered because it's not a habit for me. And how does that make me a good person if I don't love my neighbor? Love is always an action word. So if you don't put your love into action, you're not loving. There's no proof of it. And so make it a habit, make it a thing, make it like a challenge for yourself. Oh, I'm going to do this every day. Me recording this video is an act of courage, and I may get 2 views. And that's really cringe. That's really embarrassing. Somebody will not see my channel and see, oh, Esther has just 2 views. Ha ha. Number 5, fake it till you make it. So this is actually biblical advice. Okay, not biblical, but a saint said this, Saint Teresa of Lisieux. She said that sometimes she doesn't feel the love for God, so she just acts like she feels the love for God, and then she sees herself loving God. So it's like love is not a feeling, right? It's an action. So you just have to like do the action, and then the feeling can come later. So let's say you don't feel like doing the loving thing. You don't feel the love in that particular moment. Pretend like you do. Who's gonna know? Nobody's gonna know. Exactly. So just pretend like you do, and if the feeling will eventually come, but it's not even about the feeling. So just fake it till you make it. Number 6 will be saying yes to love in the little things. So if you make it something that you already always do, something that is easy for you to do, you always give like an instant yes for like the tiny things. Like you don't have to go to India to prove that you love. You don't have to do the crazy big things to prove that you love anybody, even if it's your significant other. You don't need to like serenade the person. Just do the little things. It really, really is about the little things. The little I love you, the little texts, the little calls. Just everyday, small, tiny moments where you choose love. It makes it easier for you to choose love when it is hard, when it is a big thing, when a lot is at stake, and it builds the virtue of courage in you. And so when I talk about the courage to love, I do not mean romantic love, as I said earlier. I mean any type of love. Loving your family, loving your friends, loving your neighbors, loving a stranger, loving people. Just love, just embodying love in everything you do takes a lot of courage, right? To call that friend, to forgive that person that offended you, to help a stranger when they are carrying their bags and it's quite heavy for them, to give a beggar money, to be consistent, to keep to your word, to help the person that asks you for money for the 15th time in 1 month, to continuously do those little things that just shows that you really embody the love that you want to have. And more so in romantic relationships, it takes a lot of courage to be loving. It takes a lot of courage to show that you care, to reach out, to be the one who texts first, to be the one who says I love you first, to be the one who reaches out for a hug, to be the one who says I need you, can you please come, to be the one who says I'm pushing things aside to talk to you. We don't always have to act like we are hard guys. We can be embarrassing sometimes. We can do the things that our friends will be like, why did you do that? It's fine. We can be a simp. It's fine. We can be romantic. We can go out of our way to do things for love. That's fine. Because there's a quote that says, yay, there's light. But there's a quote that says, nothing is ever embarrassing in the pursuit of human connection. And I hope that you take that seriously. Because if you actually think about it, if you don't have the virtue of courage, you don't really have any other virtue. Because if you cannot speak up for the truth when it is hard to speak up for the truth, you just look away. That means you're not a truth speaker. That's not a thing. Kindness, holiness, goodness, humility, when it is at a point where it is hard to do that thing, if you just do nothing, that means you don't have that virtue.